Alright. Gonna go over my ritual. Everything that I fucking do before I start shooting. It's gonna come down to getting everything oiled and ready to go. You know, you can always tell when people actually use their equipment. It's pretty easy to tell. So, if someone's like, I do this, I do that. If you look at their gun and it looks fucking brand new, it tells you everything you probably need to know. But who am I but a guy? Come on now. I always do it with my fucking right hand. Pistols are a lot easier to oil. You kind of only have to do where the slide goes, kind of the trigger area. Alright. Good enough. On to the next. Go. Got an empty mag right here. Give me you. And the charging handle. Got some fucking dog hair on this. Gotta love dogs, right? And then drop a little bit right there. And then that piece right there. Ugh. Alright. 10-3 is oiled good enough. Let's just take a look. Yeah. She's good. First one done, or I guess it's the second one now. Let's get this bitch. Same thing here. Boop, boop. And another one. Get out of my way. All right, charging handle, good enough. Drop the mag, inside one, boop, ugh. Close. Also gives my guns time to acclimate to the changing in weather. From being in my nice, really cold house to being in the nice, humid heat. And we got this last part we gotta do. Drop you down. Get this son of a bitch. Boop. Alright, all the firearms are oiled. Ugh. Now we have to decide what we are going to start with. Always pistol, duh. I shot yesterday, but doesn't really mean anything. So get a nice warm up. Just get the shakes, the jitters, and the little caterpillars out. But yeah. CZ P10F. It's good. It works. It does what it's supposed to. We'll start with this mag. Ooh. Oh, don't want to lose it around. Freaking go into the patio, I won't be able to find it. Alright. It's good to start. It is muddy, so I really don't want to spend a fucking hour cleaning magazines. So everything's probably going to be tactical, retention, whatever the fuck. I'm not going to let my mags touch the ground because I don't want to spend forever cleaning them. Because if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Alright, so you saw the CZ. Move to the next one. This guy right here is fucking stoner upper, pretty much. This is not an actual like factory made gun. This is a piece mailed, cheap ass lower, and a pretty okay decent upper, okay gas block, nothing crazy, and then everything else is pretty much mil spec. BCM furniture on both this 10.3 and my 16-inch. We'll look at that in a second. We'll start with this one. So I'll keep the mag in there. And we'll sling myself up here. There we go. And then on this guy, this one is just a 16-inch factory-made CMMG MK4. This one actually has Magpul bipod. It's set up correctly. This one's actually fully set. I'm still testing out a bunch of different lights to see how I like on this one. We'll figure it out as we go. But we'll start with the 10.3 and pistol, and we'll transition over to, using both, manipulating both, doing whatever. But we just kind of gotta start training, because that's probably the most important thing that anyone can do, right? If you own all this shit, you should probably go out and use it. Clack off a few rounds. I also think it's a pretty good idea. You don't have to post it or do whatever the fuck, but if you record yourself, you can kind of police. You got to be very fucking strict with yourself, though. Because if you're like, slapping the trigger, if you, get the fuck out of my face, you son of a bitch. If you look at my earlier shorts, I start slow. Obviously, just, you can tell by the way I'm holding recoil and everything. It's a new weapon system for me. So, you have to get out and actually fucking do the thing that you want to do. Otherwise, how are you going to be proficient in anything at all? So, we're going to clack off a few of these. See how it feels. Not doing anything crazy. Not doing anything wild. There's bolt lock. Alright, as you can tell, always the first rounds of the day, you're the clunkiest, obviously. But if you can lower that warm-up time, that's kind of what you're looking for. And eventually it'll kind of just be like, oh, not a big deal, kind of whatever. Now we're going to transition. Now we got the jitters out. My favorite thing, which is 3-2. I love doing 3-2. The only reason I love doing 3-2 is, one, it allows you see how your hand placement is doing, right? You have a bad grip, you'll feel it after 3 rounds. 1 or 2, like 1R1s are bad, like aren't bad if you're focusing on reloading. But let's just use this as an example, right? You buy 50 rounds, anything, right? Buy 50 rounds, it's a pretty standard box. By 50, if you do 3-2s, 5 rounds per rep, you get 10 reps. And if you're coaching yourself on it, policing yourself, whatever the fuck you want to use, that's some good time. That's some good training time, if I'm being honest. So, if you're poor, like me, being responsible, not just fucking throwing lead constantly downrange without really trying to do anything, like that first round is literally just throwing lead. It was bad. It just wasn't good. But that's why you put in the time, so you can get better at it over time. But I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. I'm just some dude that likes to shoot guns. And I'm just telling you what I've noticed. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I do come outside pretty often and train. So I'm just going to share what I've noticed with myself personally. And who knows, maybe like it'll be recognizable to some of y'all. Be like, oh yeah, okay, I totally agree, or I see where you're coming from. Or if you just like the sounds of reloading and gunfire, a little bit of wind, countryside noises, neighbor fucking way over there is mowing his grass. It's crazy though. I come out here at night sometimes, like just to let my dogs out, but we got a lot of coyotes and other bullshit out here, so you can't just kind of let them go. I'm not worried about my dogs being able to take out a coyote. I just don't want to have to deal with the vet bill. But you come out here in the dead of night, because we're in the country. When you rack this, you can hear the echo like all over these hills, because it's just rolling hills all the way around here. Got a big ass hill directly in front of me. I live in a valley, or like in a bowl pretty much. So whenever I shoot, it just sounds wild. Too bad there's a bunch of extra noise right now, so you really can't tell what's going on. Okay, back to the thing that we're supposed to be doing. And this, we're gonna keep rocking high ready, because it's the one that I'm most uncomfortable with, is high ready. Just because it's awkward. Low ready is pretty much just boom, just. So high ready is how I like to train right now. Just like the things that I'm bad at. So this is where like the recording comes in play. When you watch your shit and you're like, oh, that looked like garbage. Let's go ahead and get some more reps on that. Guns feel good, guns are oiled, everything's running properly. That's how we like it. So, just gonna keep running with this. Keep doing the things, keep pulling the trigger. Ooh. I feel like this is a little bit more, excuse me, a little bit more enjoyable than doing the short route. Because I can kind of talk to myself through this whole thing, because that's really all I'm doing is talking to myself, expressing thoughts. Like for example, on that last one, it felt sloppy. I probably won't feel confident in the sense of like, oh, that was smooth for a while, but that's also because I'm like super duper hard on myself, because you have to be when it comes to firearms, because if you're training, you kind of want to take it seriously. I know some people like to do it for fun, no big deal. But if you're putting yourself in the more of like, so I heard this from someone, I can't remember who it was, but it rings true, rings home. And there is gear guys, and then there's guys that like to train, right? No problem with either one of them. Obviously, it's whatever I'm assuming most of y'all be American. It's a fucking free country in the sense of do what you mostly want to do with your firearms. You know, if your state's cool. So kind of do whatever. But for the people that say, oh, I can blah, 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 blah. I want to see it. Like, actually, like, go out and do that thing. Everyone has a phone. Everyone can record what the fuck they're doing. So, I don't know. I just want more people to take training seriously in the sense of, like, you don't have to take it seriously, but do it in a serious manner. Like, be strict with yourself. Be like, okay, I'm going to, you know, not everyone lives in the country, so it's a lot harder, but say, hey, I'm going to at least try to get to the range once a week. If you really want something, you can make time for it. Everyone loves making excuses like, oh, this. No. If you want something, you will make time for it. There's 24 hours in the day. I know some people have wife, kids, whatever the fuck. I got wife and kid. When I want something, I make time for it. Whether it's sacrificing some other stuff, but it's something you really want, it's not going to be much of a sacrifice. So, it's kind of how I view it. Get back to throwing lead. All right, so what just happened here? Pulled the trigger, dead. Pull it out, inspect it. My dumbass didn't load this magazine, but I didn't know that, obviously. So I fucked up there. Not a big deal. I think kind of all the chit-chatting threw me off. I didn't really paying attention to, but that's all right. It's a learning experience for everybody involved, isn't it? Everything's always a learning experience. All right. 3. All right, there's a round in here. Noting it. Grabbing my pistol mag. 1. 2 in there. All right, AR is empty. We're gonna grab. Oh, just throwing lead around here. Yeah, if that was you know, if I did everything right and I pulled the trigger and it was a light primer strike again with this same ammunition, I think I might need to make a change. But it was my dumb ass, you know, being dumb. Other thing I'll also say, anyone that uses these and like actually like trains with them, you know they're great. So other people that are talking shit like, oh, just you hold them at blah, 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 blah. You obviously haven't fucking used them, or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because being able to reload, have something to, you know, do everything you need to while still being able to hold the mag and manipulate everything is pretty fucking sick, dude. Not gonna lie. Get some nicotine. All right, let's see if this one's a little bit better. So that at the end there, I always like to, with the pistol, calm myself. There's no recoil. Get used to that feeling of just pulling it straight back, even after I just threw a bunch of rounds, because I don't know, I feel like that keeps me kind of focused on how to keep that trigger manipulated properly. But fucking everyone does it how they want to. It doesn't really matter. I'm just sharing my active thoughts as I'm doing this. Get all the mags on the table, everything we're going to be using. Start with the AR, two, into that son of a bitch. Also, just random stuff too. I'm just going to talk about random stuff. If you're interested in getting into firearms, or you're already into firearms, and you're interested in getting into a new weapon system, the whole cry once, buy once thing, a little retarded to me. So, if you're getting into a new weapon system, get entry level. Always get entry level. Get 1,000 rounds on it. Hey, I really like this weapon system. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more. So for ARs, right? It's kind of like Legos. So for an AR, you're like, oh man, I enjoy this. Get a fucking expensive upper. You don't have to go buy a whole new gun. If you're poor, like me, get a whole new upper. Change it up. Because the actual important shit when it comes to an AR is going to be the upper. Now when it comes to other firearms, right, just like pistols, CZ P10F is a full-size 9mm gun, right? It has some semi-okay suppressor height sights with a threaded barrel, because, you know, if that hearing thing goes through, I'd like to suppress it, but I don't want to be on, like, more lists and shit. I already have given the government so much information, I don't want to give them any more. So if that hearing thing goes through, great. But the reason I say that is I never owned a full size before, and I could have got like a really expensive gun, like over 1,000, right? So for me, a firearm under 1,000 is pretty respectable and makes ethical sense. If you got a wife, kids, or young, whatever, under 1,000, you can save up for that, or, you know, if you fucking plan it right, you can buy it outright. I always recommend buying outright. I don't recommend putting firearms on credit. I think that's a little weird. But yeah, it's how we view it. It's how we do it. So if you're getting into a new weapon system, don't break the bank, because you might end up not fucking liking the gun. Like if you're getting into 7.62 or 308 or whatever, this doesn't matter. Caliber wise, style wise, get a lower end one, see how you like it. If it's running pretty, running good, upgrade. But if you get that upgrade right away and you're like, wow, I just bought this really nice bullpup, you know, over $2,000, and I hate how it runs. Well, let's say this a little bit better. I hate the manual of arms of it, right? Now you're $2,000 in the can for a gun that looks cool that you're never gonna fucking use because you don't like how it operates. Just some nuts for the peanut gallery to chew on. Alright, back to shooting shit. Make sure I'm actually in frame here. And there we go. So that talking thing kind of gets me in trouble, right? So it's empty. All 3 rounds are still in here. So, all right. Now I know it's in there. Jesus fuck. So, you see there, at the end, since I wasn't at lockback, I took advantage of it, pulled the trigger, I flinched a little bit. That's why we go, relax, trigger pull. That's all it is. Just because there's a bang at the end doesn't mean you have to fucking fuck with it. Just keep your fundamentals, pull, pull, pull. That's all you really got to do. Keep bolt open. I'm not going to do as much talking this time. I just kind of want to keep getting rounds down there. Because it keeps getting me trouble doing all the little tick-tocking. Or tick-tocking. Fucking talking. Alright, magazine is going in. Dropping the bolt. Weapon is hot. Alright, putting 3 rounds into my first magazine for my handgun. Gotta stay focused here. Alright, 3 rounds are in. It's going into the handgun. Handgun is now hot. Pulling out my secondary. 2 are going in. Visual confirmation on that. AR, it is empty. 1, 2. There we go. We have 2 in there. If anyone's wondering, tacos, 10 out of 10. Love them. I need to be careful with throwing stuff down. Don't want to mess up my camera angle because I don't want to be freaking checking it and doing a bunch of shit with it like I just have to do right now. God dang it. Alright, hopefully that still looks good. So, slowly starting to warm up. Starting to feel a little bit more confident in the sense of like, oh yeah, I've done this before. I think also having to talk, one is throwing my focus off because I'm used to just checking my video, see how I did, then going, continuing. But this is a little bit different. I think this might be a little fun, right? Kind of long form training. Raw. I'm not going to bother cutting all this up, dude. You got me fucked up. I don't have time. Excuse me. I do have time. I don't have the willingness to do it. I don't have a passion for editing videos. So this channel is pretty much going to reflect, you know, how I am. Uncut, unfiltered, random BS. Sounds pretty accurate to me, so. Alright. I have no idea what I did here. Went into autopilot. Got 2 there. 2 there I just checked. Got 2 in here, so yeah, we got 1 in there. It's locked in. Everything's locked in. Gun's hot. AR's hot. Oh, need to hit this vape. And I'm just like you, dude. A poor American that enjoys throwing lead. You know what I notice? It always seems like the dude with the least amount of money tend to train the most. Whereas, like, I got this nice pretty gun. Look at how cool it is. It's all decked out. Looks good. Dude, this thing is fucking... it literally has something for my hand over here, just for more friction, indexing points. It's a metal hand stop. Who knows what it is, but it fucking works. Literally, dude, I was so cheap The actual handguard itself is KeyMod. Fuck it, dude. Whatever. I still even have my A2 on it. Like, I didn't bother getting a muzzle. I would like to get a break on this thing, though. That would be cool. Shooting fucking fireballs constantly. That would be sick. Alright, enough doing fucking... Yeah, man, now I gotta hit my vape again. I feel it. I feel the dragon. I gotta chase that hoe. Alrighty. Let's keep it going. Don't forget to tell me how bad I am at this in the comments. Oh. Years. That would have been awesome. Anyone that's shot an AR this short without ears, inside, outside, doesn't matter. You don't even hear the gun. All you hear is pull. That's how loud it is. Your ears don't even register it. It's just an immediate ringing. Don't test it. Just believe me. It sucks. So, one thing I'll note, the way my hand sits on pistols, kind of show you here. I put it in, right? So it sits like this. So whenever I'm rocking it, here, see if I can get it to do it. My palm literally sits right on top of the mag or slide lock. So sometimes, depending on how hard I'm gripping it or where it's at, I won't get slide lock back. I'm sure that's probably a common thing with a lot of people, especially if you're wearing gloves. It's a lot easier to kind of do that. I'm high and tight. I really like to type of thing. I know some people have like different grips, like this. There's a million and one ways to hold a gun. I'm not going to teach you how to hold a gun. Figure that shit out yourself. I'm not really here to teach anyone anything. I'm just here to shoot the shit, throw some lead. That's really about it. This phone right here is going to be my friend. You're my friend, man. I don't know how other people do this, man. Like, kind of just talk about nothing, just continuously talk. Yeah, I run steel case. Like I said, I'm poor. Good thing my gun can handle it, so it's good. If it couldn't, that would be kind of shitty. Weather's nice though. Y'all probably just hear a bunch of breeze constantly. Whoopsies. I should have told the wind to not come today, but I don't think I really have a choice or a say in that. Alright, pistol's hot. I have my second round in my gun, or in my taco for my magazine pistol. This is the AR mag going into the gun. Put 3 into this one. There you go. She's seated. Write it in. Close it, because it habit. Hit the vape. And my target down here is literally just an old PC case that I painted white. It's about literally, for me, it's probably this section of my body. Obviously, there's different times for different stuff. Right now, this is manipulation. But I do have times where I'll put targets up and be very confident in what I'm doing. But that costs money. Like, buying that shit is expensive. And you can still train without it. You just have to fucking police yourself. If you're just throwing rounds down and you're not trying to be accurate, that's fucking on you, dude. Like, no target is going to help you with that if you're not able to get your grouping and everything down correctly. So, It's all about just respecting what you have, knowing what you have, figuring it out, and making do with what you got. Because what else can you do, dog? You gonna complain about it? Shut the fuck up. Once again, hand rode the slide, pull, not as much flinch. Look at me go, woo! Starting to warm up a little bit. So, what happened on the transition here? Threw all the rounds out, slide didn't go to lock back. So it could be the weather, stickiness, whatever, might needs to be cleaned, might needs to be oiled a little bit better. Who knows? It's not me to figure that out right now. It's me to just get the rounds down, do what I'm supposed to be doing. Just making sure my reloads are good, making sure I'm pulling the trigger correctly, and making sure I'm staying on target. Because if you can't do the basic 3 things, stay on target, control your firearm, trigger manipulation, you're kind of like, you know, shit out of luck. Because if you're really good with, whatchamacallit, pulling the trigger, that can go hand in hand with staying on target. They all kind of daisy chain together, but you can't really have one without the other. You kind of need all 3 as a baseline. That's why I think dry fire is important. Everyone says it. No one does it. But it doesn't fucking matter. You can be the person that trains, or you can be the person that's lying through their teeth and being like, I train. I do the things that I do, which I don't give a shit if you do or don't. I don't know, people are like, the statistical likelihood of blah, 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 blah. You know how, like, you wake up some days and you're like, why me, God? You know how that weird mentality that some people have? That shit can easily translate to the real world. So, if you're thinking, why me, God? If you're already in that mindset, you should be like, well, I mean, shit, anything can happen, right? So, you should be prepared for anything happening rather than, man, I really wish I would have done X, Y, and Z in this situation. I had an experience where I almost had my wife straight up kidnapped. But I happened to be with her, and I was able to de-escalate the situation. And without that, who knows, right? Not me. All I know is I was there to do something. Training continues. The show goes on. We don't stop. Everyone's more comfortable with one type of firearm or the other. For me, for example, I only own 4 guns. Full size, 9mm, compact 9mm, 10.3 AR, 16 AR. That's all I got. But, I mean, that pretty much covers my bases, right? I don't need much more than that. Jesus Christ, wind. Fuck off. Should get, like, something to kind of mitigate that, but whatever, dude. get down here. Let me get down to y'all's level here, so we all kind of hanging out together at the edge of this fucking outdoor furniture. So what I'm noticing with this is it kind of sits right here. So if you notice, I raise my AR up a little bit whenever I grab this, just so I have little impediment on this side. Just a personal note that I'm making right now, because that's the whole point of this. It's getting better, paying attention to what you're doing, noting the things that you're supposed to note. Because if you're ignoring shit, I mean, I don't know. I don't get the point. Like, if just do it, just do it the right way. But it don't matter. I'm just a dude talking to a bunch of other dudes about dude stuff. Yo. I'm gonna trust myself because there's 2 left in the mag. As long as I did it right, there should be 1 in the tube. So now we're gonna start going from here, rolling over, placing rounds. That is the one thing that sucks about gloves. We're gonna do 3 more reps with the 10-3 at low. Then we're gonna switch on over to the 16. Mirror it where we're gonna do high ready first. Then we're gonna transition to the rollover, and we'll kind of keep playing with it. Still pistol all the way throughout. But we'll probably change it where we start with pistol, then transition to AR. Guys, that's exciting. It's something different, right? It's always fun to do something a little bit different. Also, mechanics, just random side note, really good with connecting right through the phone. Like, you don't have to take the gloves off or do fucking much about it. It just kind of, you know, does what it's supposed to. It just works like a normal hand, which is great. I didn't know that until I started fucking around with my phone, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, I'm losing rounds. Oh god. Ugh. That one almost went under the patio. Almost lost a round to fucking hell down there. We got 3 in here. It's fine. What do we have in here? We have 2, and I remember locking bolt out. Let's check pistol. Pistol's empty. Yep. Let's finish loading this up. See, 9mm doesn't roll like 5.5. Fucking 5.5 City just got a mind of its own, just starts rolling, tumbling. It's like, oh, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting off the table. I don't want to be on the table anymore. Fuck you. Alright, that's on there. That's in there. Nothing's in there. Look at that. That's why we check. There we go. All right. she's good. We'll let this hang out open for a little bit. Switch over to the 16er. Just gotta set that guy right there. So with the 16-inch, I can do a lot more different stances because that's kind of what this is made for. Kind of an all-around do, not clearing. I mean, you can. It doesn't really matter. If you know how to fucking actively do it, it's not too bad. You know, make different sacrifices, concessions. Just be like, but that's why I have a gun specific for one thing and a gun specific for another thing. Because, like, you know, duh. This is the thing I'll note with the 2-point sling. See how this is riding like this? This is good. Go up, right? Come up. Let's loosen this a little bit. Go to manipulate, that's fine. Drop it like you would. Transition to pistol. Sometimes this will be in direct way of this. I've tried a bunch of variations of this setup on the belt. This is the most ergonomic for me. Makes the most sense for me. So I just have to pay attention to different hang-ups and just, you know, police myself. Pay attention to what the fuck I'm doing. Because fucking sure as shit no one else is. No one gives a shit if I'm getting better at this except for me. Alright. It's going to be a cold start for the 16-inch. I will say, this one feels like a better firearm than that one. But they both shoot shit. Obviously, the 16-inch, you're going to get better ballistics out of it. But if you have the right load for a 10-3 and its actual, you know, purpose, which is, you know, you shooting a dude that's in the fucking same room as you, I think you're going to be doing okay with that. I will say, if you start going underneath 10-3, doesn't really matter what load you have. You're not going to get that permanent wound channel or that cavitation wave because there's not enough actual impact to do the thing you want it to do. So anyone that's like, oh, I'm going to get a 7.5 AR and put a suppressor on it so it's super short and blah, blah, blah. Just get a fucking blackout, dude. Like, if you're going to do that, just get a 300 blackout upper. You can get a fucking PSA, find that shit. Not for much. Just double checking everything. 2 rounds in here. I'm confident that there's one in the gun. 2 rounds in the pistol. 3 rounds in the other mag. Nothing in this. So let's just double check. Yep, nothing in there. Grab our pistol ammo. Boop. Boop. And boop. So on this one, we're going to oscillate between starting with the pistol and starting with the AR. We're going to start with the AR first and kind of go from there. So this one, remember, like we were talking about, you do a couple on high ready, do a couple on low ready, whatever. Doesn't fucking really matter. The rollover. So immediately, as you noticed, I went to shoulder it how I would shoulder my 10-3. That's okay. I was just manipulating the 10-3 a lot. But, got to make a mental note. Hey, this is a 16-inch gun. You got to push out. You got to punch out a little bit further than what you were doing. So we're going to do this one a little bit slower until I get into the rhythm, and then we'll kind of pick up speed. So boom, roll out, look down, boom, boom, boom. Check it. Magazine, grab, insert, bolt release, insert, grab, punch out, boom, 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 roll, empty, drop, pistol. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we didn't get lockback. That's okay. Insert, charge, keep in a good fighting position. 1, 2. Only 2. Didn't flinch on the 3rd. I thought there was 3. Kind of helps with this whole talking. I don't know how much I'm putting in. But everything ran smoothly, did what we're supposed to. If you're getting hung up, slow down. Just slow down for a second. Do a couple slow reps. Get into the feel of it, and then start adding that horsepower. If you're doing it beforehand, you're not going to catch yourself as quick. Or you're going to feel like your speed compensated for whatever. But just do it slow until you get it under control. And then start, like I said, adding that horsepower. All right, that one went underneath the patio. What's funny is this 16-inch weighs the same as the 10.3 when they're naked, just because of how heavy the upper and lower is. And that's what I'm talking about. Is like, if I really want to get into 10.3s, I got to see if I like it. I'm not going to spend $1 million on a 10.3, a fucking Mark 18, and be like, oh yeah. And then fucking end up hating how it manipulates, how it works, how it functions. Name it. It doesn't really matter. So, now that I actually have close to 1,000 rounds with a 10.3 style AR, I feel comfortable enough in saying, I do like this weapon system and this configuration. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more money into it. But until that's just me. Until that point, I'm going to slow my roll. Take a step back. Think about what I really want to do with it. Go from there. I'm going to do something real quick. Take this off. Not hot in the slightest. That's the other cool thing about doing this configuration. You're not burning down your barrel in the sense of like it overheating constantly and you need to stop and overheat, stop, overheat. This will allow you to continue to get reps in without having to, oh man, I just burned, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the fuck, doesn't matter, dude. Just keep those rounds there. All right, check, clear, check, clear, check, clear. Weapon isn't clear, it's hot, but just doing my checks. Check, clear. All right, let's keep it going. So right there, manipulation fail. I went to put my AR up to do another reload, but wasn't the case. Getting a little bit sloppy on some of this stuff because I am talking, so it's okay. It's a learning process. If I can't talk and shoot, then I'm kind of fucked, right? So let's just keep doing the thing we're doing. Get rounds in, load her up, load her up. Oh, don't run away from me. 3 going into the pistol. Pistol is hot. Three into my extra magazine for the AR. Oh, just around over here somewhere. There it is. 1, 2, going into here. Perfect. Pistol, I already did that. AR, still open in the bolt, so we can just go and grab our 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3. Terrific stuff. Let's grab the AR, insert the magazine, drop the bolt, keep it on safe. There's a bunch of different ways to hold this, right? Up, out, just whatever. Just pick something and fucking do it. All right, a little bit better. Dropping the magazines. Long story short, if you're not training, no one gives a shit. So make the choice on your own. That's the other thing that I kind of didn't want to keep doing the shorts, in the sense of like, this way I get more raw footage to, you know, rewatch, see where I'm messing up, see where I'm failing, seeing if I'm catching it in real time. And shit, dude, I think it's kind of cool to be able to have progression in real time and be able to look back and be like, oh, a month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, 3 days ago, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's just me. Checks. Good. Good. All right, cool. Keep rocking. See? Let me show you real quick. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This sling is riding perfectly where my pistol taco is. Obviously, one, you wouldn't be standing in an open field doing this. Two, you stow your mags when you can, not in an active engagement. But for training purposes, you need to have it, be able to know how to do it and pay attention to it. So just move this a little bit, put it in, pistol into hand, punch out, rotate, 1, 2, done. Just so I can get the feeling again, even though the magazine is empty. Close, boom. All right. So was still able to get the manipulation down, was still able to do what I wanted to do, even though we had a slight equipment malfunction, if you want to classify it as that. Drop mags. Let's do my secondary one first. Also, fun fact, anything that gives you better grip, it gives you better grip. So fucking think about that. The reason I say that is if you look on this second mag, not this one that I'm manipulating right now, we're gonna put this in here, put that on safe, drop the bolt, great. If you look at this here, I have a thing of Velcro just sitting on the mag, right? when you have normal hands, it doesn't matter. But with gloves, you can feel it sitting in your hand better. And when you're tired, or if it's cold or fucking whatever the fuck, when you're not at your 100%, having extra grip with tired hands will, you know, practice shows you that it helps. Let me put it that way. I would much rather be my hands fucked up, tired, whatever, doing work, X, Y, and Z, and still be able to get a good purchase on my firearm than, you know, not. And even still, without gloves, the Velcro itself is a little bit more texture than just a normal PMag, so whatever. You could also use it as an identifier. I literally bought a huge spool of it, multiple colors, like black and gray, and I think I have a red one too. You can signify different mags. You can have, all right, red is signified for my training dry fire mag, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. And whoever's talking about that Mantis system shit, I've never personally used it, so I can't contest to it or like really give any perspective on it. What I can say is if it does get you to do more dry fire, great, but you don't need it. So don't feel like, oh, I need to have this Mantis system to be able to get the trigger time that I want or whatever the fuck. No. Just train. Dry fire. Fucking walk around your house. Clear it. Mirror training. Huge. I don't see anyone talk about this. Fucking stand in front of a mirror. Do your shit. Present yourself. You're your own target. It's great. Sure, you have to rack the slide. Well, stop fucking making excuses, dude. If that's the best you got, that's the best you got. So just fucking do it and stop being a fucking bitch about it. That's all I really got to say. All right, here we go. I need to remember to hold at the end. Take a breath, then release. That's how I kind of police myself on keeping myself on target after shooting. Because when adrenaline meets the paved road, humans, animals, everything is lazy, so whatever muscle memory is, you're gonna do. And when your head is foggy, when you're unclear, when you're uncertain of an outcome, you can't think straight. So you want your baseline to be solid and have good foundation along that baseline. And that comes with fucking paying attention to how you're training. Not just fucking slinging lead. That's why this 3.2, good conservation of ammo. You can still get pretty decent groupings with 3 rounds. You can kind of tell how you're spread out, how you're doing, how you're manipulating the recoil, how you're managing it. That's why I really enjoy it. 1R1s aren't bad, but I would suggest instead of doing a 1R1, doing 3.2s. 3.2s are sick as tits, and I recommend it to all people, to everybody. Because the ammo part's great. Like, you don't have to spend $1 million on ammunition every week for training. As much as we wish we could, it's not responsible. So being able to mitigate how much you're using and still getting good reps, good time, good whatever, Don't just go out without a purpose. Like, fucking, if you're going to train, have an idea in mind of what you want to do. And shit, actually, if you don't know what you want to do, bring a notepad. Have a notepad with you. Take some notes if you're not recording. Just actively do the thing that you want to be doing. I know getting classes and going out is expensive. Oh, and I'm going to be honest, make time for stuff. Cutting out weekends, if you are a father, or, someone that does do school, committing to a class, I admit, can be difficult. But you sure as shit can commit 1 hour, 2 hours a week to going to the range, getting used to how the gun feels when it goes bang. So in that situation, God forbid you ever have to do it, you're not worrying about your grip. You're not worrying about you literally just point and shoot because your fundamentals are there, your baseline's there because you have those reps in. Sure, you might be in a tense situation, but if you have confidence in yourself to pull the trigger in a responsible way, that's all you really need. And if you look at the statistic of engagements, one, people are fucking way too close, and there's a lot of ways to avoid a gunfight. But when push comes to shove, sometimes you can't avoid anything sometimes, and you're in a shitty situation and you got to handle it. And if you have good fundamentals, good baseline, your odds of survival, your odds of not hurting anybody else besides your intended target goes up. And I know people talk about fitness and all that. It's fucking true. Not because, you need to be able to run a mile, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. I think everyone's body should be prepared for any situation, no matter what it is. Say, hey, shit, I'm in the desert. I run out of gas. Okay, that's a bad example. Let's say you're fucking a few blocks away from like a gas station running out of gas, right? If you're unwell, dude, that's gonna be a fucking shitty push. Oh shit. Literally fucking, if you're overweight, how you doing that, dude? You're not. I'm fucking sure your partner does not enjoy it. So, stop being a fat fuck. Fucking walk around. Do something. I know I'm rambling. It's okay. You're my therapist now. Gear malfunction again, that's okay. Gonna switch over to doing low readies now. I am just a dude. That's all I gotta say. I wonder how this is gonna look whenever it's all done. It's just gonna be a mess. Or my phone died. That would be fucking funny if my phone's been dead this whole time. Damn, dude. That would be kind of tragic. Not because, the whole point of it is filming. The whole point of it is training and getting better. And if I lost all that footage, obviously those reps aren't worthless, but it's a lot harder to kind of see where I was messing up. And that's the whole point of me doing this is if I'm not doing it, no one is. So, and I'm the only one that cares enough to do it. So, gotta put all that shit on me. Because that's who it's going to fall on. It's me. Popping an extra. Trying to keep me guessing. AR mag, good. Pistol mag, good. Pistol mag here, good. There's a round in the chamber. AR has 2. I remember blocking bolt or hitting dropping bolt, so I know there's a round in there. A little bit different. Again, we're gonna do pistol, reload, whatever, transition, AR, same thing. Let's get this out of the way though. I like those ones. Those are fun. Pistol first, then AR. That's kind of fun. It's a fun way of doing it. Kind of change of pace, right? On my AR, I'm doing, 3 threes. Because I want to. There's no real specific reason on that. It's just, whenever I pull them out, it just happens to be 3 at a time. So whatever mag I have, I'm just going to put 3 into. Pistol, though, I'm being very strict with the 3-2. Because if you don't know this, it's a fucking lot harder to shoot a pistol. Oh, shit. God damn. It's a lot harder to shoot a pistol than it is to shoot an AR. If I'm the first one telling you that, now you know. But anyone that's done it in practice will be like, 100% true. I can't hit shit with a pistol, but I'll put you down at 500 yards with an AR. Alright, good. Cool. I don't give a shit. So that's the other thing you notice with these 2 pointers, depending on how this is set up. So this is tied through rather than with the QD. So sometimes it'll get it stuck in different ways. That's just you getting used to your gun, training with it. I've been doing a lot more training with my 13 than I have with my 16, but that's okay. So now with the 16, we're gonna change stances here. We're gonna start, we're gonna go bang, 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 drop to knee, reload along the way, finish out, bang, 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 stand up, transition to pistol, bang, 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 reload, bang, bang. So, let's see how that works in practice, right? So everything was going good until my fucking dumbass again. It's empty. Second magazine for the pistol was empty. So we're gonna do it again, and hopefully I'm not a fucking retard. So we're gonna talk ourselves through it again. Here we go. 2. Switch out. All right, there's 2 in that. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 in this. It's going in, dropping the slide, putting it away, grabbing my AR mag. 1, 2, 3. Look at me go. I know how to fucking count. Put it in. Drop the bolt. Safety on. Secondary magazine. 1, 2. Lucky. Number 3. Indexing. We are squared away. Tactical vape rip. Oh yeah, I feel it. Same thing. Bang, bang. Drop to knee. Bang, bang. Transition. Bang, bang, bang. Reload. Bang, bang. This time, we're fucking squared away. So hopefully my dumb ass fucking does it right. Still sloppy. Let's keep it running. I really like doing that, so we're gonna do it again. All right, pistol's hot. Indexing. Secondary pistol mag. Indexing. Secondary AR. If I can get these rounds oriented. There we go. Lost another one. Jesus Christ. Loading magazines with gloves. It sucks. It's in. Indexing. Pulling other mag out. It is empty. So, 1, 2, 3. Putting it into the firearm. Safety on. Dropping the bolt. Okay. Almost fucking threw my mag halfway to China. Alright. Besides me throwing my mag and then having to catch it, wasn't too bad of a run. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. So, take them where you can get them, boys. Take them where you can get them. Loading the magazine. Fucking A. Fighting with the magazine. There we go. Pistol is hot. Secondary magazine. I accidentally moved my camera. That's pinned up against my ammo can. Let's move that back a little bit and push you back. There we go. Hopefully I didn't fuck up the focus now. We'll find out. 1, 2, 3. Index. Grab AR. 1, 2, 3. inserting into the gun, safety on, dropping the bolt. You do that same thing again. High ready, safety's on, everything's good, mags are good, guns are good. Let's keep dancing. Not bad. All right. I think do a couple more. And I don't want this video to be a million hours, so we're going to end the video pretty soon so I can finish doing this with a little bit more focus. Magazine in, bolt lock, safety on. Secondary pistol we're going to continue to try to do as early as possible because it's the one that I've been fucking up with the most on, like, not having it loaded, which I don't know if you know that. It could be a bad thing, so make sure your shit's loaded. One, two, three. I remember dropping the bolt. Let's do something different. Let's have hands down completely. Get to the AR. Dot, 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 dot. Reload. Pop, pop, pop. Pistol. All the things and all the stuff. So like, oh, wait, let me get a tactical vape rip in. Just hanging out, right? Just like, oh. I was in, Grand Cedar, I was hanging out and, this place. Blah, blah, blah. I'm hitting my vape. Oh no, I see a bad guy. Holy shit. He's not dead yet. Let's keep killing him. There's another one. We got him. We killed him dead. Alrighty, guys. I'm probably going to end the video here. I rambled a lot. Doesn't really fucking matter. Take home points. Firearm manipulation. Trigger discipline. Target acquisition. If you're good with those three, start building on it. Start adding horsepower. If you're not good with those three, fucking walk the dog, dude. You'll get there. Just keep getting those reps in. Doesn't really matter. Because it's you that's going to be the one paying the consequences if you don't. So, for everybody that watched this long, I appreciate it. I don't know how regularly I do this. Probably pretty often, in the sense of I like training. I enjoy guns. I like talking to you, my therapist. So, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, whatever. Comment that you hate me. I don't give a shit. Just fucking train. or don't. Doesn't matter.